Good morning, everybody. My name is Patty Losberg, and I will be presenting this webinar today. I'm going to give this a couple of minutes to see uh, how many more people want to join us this morning. So let's give it 1 or 2 minutes because it is just at the top of the hour. And I promise this will be 30 minutes or less. Thank you so much. I think we'll just give it a couple more minutes here as I see who's joining us today. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm on the West Coast, so it's 9 a.m. Pacific. And you in the East Coast, it's noon. You're already at lunchtime. I haven't had my breakfast yet, but that's okay. I gave up caffeine in last February, around February. The struggle was real at first, but now I've kind of gotten used to it. So, interesting little side note. All right. I'm going to give it one more minute before we start. It'll also be recorded, so we can send it out to anyone else who would like to view our webinar this morning. So what our webinar is going to be covering today, we're introducing our Aleran Customer Express Portal. It's a modern customer experience for Infor customers that can be turned on instantly. We had originally named it the 10-minute Express Portal, but our developers said it might take a little more than 10 minutes to turn on, but it really is very efficient and a very low IT effort to make this happen. So who is going to be on the call today is myself and Robert Kellen. He's going to actually be doing the demo portion, which I promised to get to after just a couple of introductory slides just to kind of set up the scenario. What we'll cover today is the state of manufacturing selling today, the power of digitizing without losing the human part of it, the human touch. I don't know about you, but nothing irritates me more when I can't get a hold of anybody when I'm trying to order something. Real-time Aleran Express Customer Portal demo. Then we're going to go what are some applicable use cases and who the Express Portal would be good for. Q&A, and then how can we help? So let's talk about the state of manufacturing, selling, and quoting. And if anyone is having any trouble hearing me or seeing, please go ahead and put the information in the chat. I don't see we have anything going on in the chat right now. So we're all good in the hood. So back to the slide, to the presentation. So what is the state of manufacturing, selling, and quoting today? We did a study last September, and we published it. It was a query of 200 manufacturers in the industry, and it was called our Built to Sell report. And what we found in this independent study of these manufacturing professionals is the state of quoting is definitely hindering growth. 86% of manufacturers say that manual quoting has cost them deals, and as much as 15% revenue leakage has been reported from manual quoting, 5% on average. So this is definitely a problem in the industry, and we have several ways to solve this, and we think the Express Customer Portal is the launching pad which can make this happen. And we know in Infor there's been some dissatisfaction with the customer portal offering. So that is why we think this is very timely. And we are now actually on the Infor marketplace. You can find us there as well. So these hurdles are prompting manufacturers to prioritize ramping up their capabilities for digital quoting and selling efforts between 26 and 27. In fact, 48% of manufacturers queried said that they were interested in launching self-service portals. Having 43% were interested in sales order management platforms, and 42% were interested in digital commerce. So manufacturers have struggled for a while on the whole digitizing the quoting and commerce wave, and I think we all know why. It's because everyone thinks they've got their products are so unique and complex. There's no possible way that they can move to that type of facilitation in their sales process. But we're here to tell you that actually that's not true. But everyone's got to go at their pace, right? Not everyone can launch right into digital selling, and that's where the whole Aleran Customer Express Portal comes in for Infor. And we do think the power of digitizing this is doing it without losing the human touch. As I said before, the manufacturing sales cycle is somewhat different than if I'm just shopping on Amazon or if I'm a retailer. We think and we believe that portals are the foundation for addressing what is to be a complete B2B manufacturing sales cycle. Because once you have customer portals, then that is the launching pad for you able to do B2B commerce, link, CPQ, AI guided selling, end-to-end end-to-end sales order management, and then having a branded storefront and including your product information system. So as you see that, although we have a full offering and a full suite of products, we do still believe that the customer portal is the segue and the foundation, and what customers really are asking for at this point. And we are able to provide that. So let's talk about some of the key highlights and the benefits of starting out with just the Aleran Express Portal. So we have a dashboard overview where your customers are going to be able to view quotes and top products in one place. Then we have order history. They can check past purchases and reorder with one click. They be able to have the quotes and invoices. They can review, share, and convert to orders instantly. They have an address book, manage shipping and billing details, and then purchase product summary. So they can track frequency, spend, and reorder options. Because as you all know, what is happening today? If a customer, they most likely are emailing or calling your customer service reps or their salesperson to ask to determine all this information. What we want to do is to eliminate that back and forth and make a more expedient, efficient transaction for your customers to be able to go in on their own and do a self-service query of their orders, past, future, and present, and be able to actually even submit orders as well, without actually doing the full complement of a B2B commerce platform. But this does set the stage actually to help it all be able to be implemented. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to transition over to Robert, who this is actually a recorded demo because he was unable to make it this morning, but we were lucky enough to have him doing the demo. So I'm going to set the stage, however, because when I launch the demo, it does kind of start right away. And just so you know, this would be from your customer's perspective as they would go into the demo, into the environment of their customer portal.
If I log in, I have access to a dashboard, but this could be any landing page that the customer decides they want to present to their own customers. So it could be a welcome page, it could have promotions, it could have different materials. In this example, it's just a simple dashboard, which gives me a quick overview of my recent purchases by volume or by numbers, and also kind of at a glance of my orders and quotes that I have over that same time period. The bulk of the functionality you'll find under your initials here once you log in. And the most common use for Express Portal is to get around the problem of your sales or service people having to field calls about the status of their order, shipment information for tracking, whatever it is. So customer can go in here and see their order history at a glance. In this simple example, I only have 3 orders, and I can click on any of them and show the details. So I can see all of the items that were on this order, quantities, details on the products. I can see my tracking information here. I can see the status here, open or shipped. And it's also designed to make it super easy to just have a one-click reorder process. In this example, I may not need all of these things, but let's just say brackets were the kind of thing I might order on a regular basis. So if I uncheck all of these and say brackets are what I need, but I don't really need 275 this time, I just need 75, just update the quantity and one click to reorder, and then it'll add it to my cart. I can check out and push it directly into the ERP for processing. So there's 2 functions I didn't have to call my rep or service team for, the order lookup and simple reorder. If I have the optional quote capability, I can see any quotes that I'm working on with my rep. I can see the status of those as well. So here's an example of a quote that's been approved by the manufacturer. If it looks so good to me, the pricing, if there were any applicable discounts, I'd see them here. And if I click accept, it instantly turns it into, well, actually I can demonstrate that. If I click accept, now one click to convert it to a sales order. So yet another example of something that I can do self-service that I had formerly had to call a rep for. If, for example, I didn't accept it, but I had wanted my rep to give me a bigger discount, I could call or email my rep, talk to him or her about the nature of the order, the discount, and as soon as he or she updates the quote in the system, I would get an email. I could click on that email and I could just go in and then view right in the portal my updated quote. Another reason why people often call their rep, they maybe have lost their invoice. So if they did that, they can see any invoices that have been brought over from the ERP. In this example, I only have 1, but I can see the details of what was on the invoice, which order it corresponded to, and then I can print another copy for myself right here, self-service. I also have access to what we call shopping lists, but that's just a favorites. So if there were things I regularly reordered, I could add them to a shopping list, or the manufacturer could add them to a shopping list for me. And then I would just have one easy place to go and initiate that kind of regular reorder there. And finally, if we go, let's see, let's go back to order history. You can see, actually, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, clicked in the wrong spot. Order history. I can see my address book here. So if I want to add other ship to locations, I can do that myself. And those will also get synced back to the ERP. And then finally, there is another view of purchased products, because these are older orders. If I would have to put this in slightly different dates. And this would show yet another view of all the products I've ordered over that period, and I could easily just click on any of these to reorder them. And that's pretty much the Express Portal at a glance.
All righty. So as you can see, it's why we call it the 10-minute portal is because we do really think it takes very little to set up from your customer standpoint, very little IT work. And that information is all traversed back into Infor ERP, whether it's, we work with CSI, Visual, XA, and LN. So I'm going to go ahead and continue now. And if you have any questions, or would you like your own personal demo, we can certainly provide you with that. But really, it is the foundation for our whole connected commerce experience. However, we believe that most customers actually can really leverage the Express Portal right off the bat. Very low cost monthly expenditure, and offers huge value, because if you think of how much time is being spent going back and forth with customers, finding out where their order, what they ordered in the past, statuses of orders, it all gets very heavy labor intensive. So here is some of the kind of the questions that whether or not, if this is be a good fit for you. So does this sound like you? If you have customers that are calling and saying, where's my order? So the core need is the self-service visibility and ability, solves for sales and service teams drowning in that common question, where's my order? Has it shipped yet? Can you resend that invoice? All of those are very time-consuming manual tasks. And the whole goal is to automate a lot of the activities that can really be done via self-service. I mean, just even think of us on Amazon. I mean, have you ever gotten a hold of anybody on Amazon? Heck to the no, because you have your own basically personal portal every time you log in to Amazon to view what your past orders were, what you paid for it. If you want to, you can reorder it. Same principle applies here, just in the manufacturing sector. So then, does this sound like you? If you're looking to quote to order speed, the core need is shorten the sales cycle, eliminate manual work. What did we talk about in the very beginning that manufacturers are saying? 86% of them have lost an order due to slow quoting. And that could be that they found it from someplace else, or they lost interest in finding that product. So the key is to be, expediency is important, and we cannot rely on human people. But if you had the portal, you could definitely do it very quickly and more expeditiously. Is that a word? Expeditiously. There you go. Because what this will help solve for is quote stuck in inboxes, lost deals from slow follow-ups, and a sales order that's stuck as an order processing versus strategic partners. So this is going to help unstuck that, open up that quote, that speed from quoting to selling. And then a fast digital front door. The core need here, if you have a need for digital experience without high cost or IT overhauls, this solves for customer service without custom work for ERP replacement. This is not meant to replace anything in Infor. This is extending its capabilities. It's all that information is being shared back and forth with the ERP and for the customer portal. It's affordable, out of the box ready. It's a fast go live. Remember, Robert and I were trying to get this thing to be called the 10-minute portal. We've been X'd out because what happens if it took someone 11 minutes? I get it. However, it is minimal IT and self-service. So if you are ready to integrate with Infor out of the box, fast service, affordable with minimal IT customer portal, please let us know. It's not another big IT digital transformation project. It's not something that you're going to have to employ a lot of IT people to help you out with. Really, it's very simple. What it's going to allow for your customers, it's going to automate the sales order entry from web to ERP, more accurate, faster quoting and pricing, complete tax compliance. We have integrations with Aleran, shorter time to close sale, and increase your average sale size. We all have documentation of this happening when you automate your customer portals process. Do you have any questions? Please let us know. Look at that. I should have called this the 20-minute webinar, because I ended it in less than 30 minutes. So maybe we can go back to calling it the 10-minute Express Portal. But really, it is designed for your customers to expedite and for them to have full self-service portal capabilities. We are in the Infor marketplace. You can talk to your partner. How does a customer gain access to the portal? The customer will have their login credentials, and that will allow them to have access to their personal, their customer portal. It's very easy setup. They'll be given login credentials. Thank you for that question. Any other questions? This is all recorded, so I can send it out to each one of you as requested, or you can for you to share with other people in your organizations. If we don't have any other questions, please let us know. Like I said, it's simple to implement. Your customers will be very happy. They can have unlimited customers using the customer portal. And I will tell you, it is probably the best value for your dollar, because it's going to allow them to access so many things that they're now currently bugging the heck out of your customer service department or their sales rep for, when they could really be doing it on their own. Very easy. Thank you so much. The Aleran Express Customer Portal for Infor, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.